Elon Musk, you definitely know the name. He's one of the most ambitious and, yeah, one of the most controversial figures of our time. But his story, it's not this clean, straight line to success. Not at all. It's really a story about resilience, and it all starts with a pretty fundamental question.
I mean, really think about that. It gets to the heart of any massive undertaking, doesn't it? What does it actually cost to try and change the world?
For Musk, the answer wasn't just, money or time. It was the willingness to put every single thing on the line, to face total crushing failure and somehow keep going. That's the real core of the story we're going to dig into. So where does a drive like that even come from? To really get the mindset that would risk it all, we've got to go back, way back, to the beginning, to his formative years as a young coder in the making. Okay, so he was born in South Africa, and he showed this knack for tech super early on. I mean, he taught himself how to code and actually sold his first video game, Blastar, when he was just 12 years old. Eventually, he moves to North America and gets this dual degree in physics and economics. And that combination, well, that combo was going to define pretty much everything he does later on. So right after university, he wastes zero time. He dives headfirst into the dot-com boom and quickly makes his first fortune. But what he did next, that's the part that truly sets his story apart from everyone else's. First up, there was Zip2, a software company that he sold for a small fortune. He immediately rolled that success into his next big thing, X.com, which you almost certainly know by its other name, PayPal. And when eBay came along and bought PayPal, Musk was suddenly incredibly wealthy. We're talking millions upon millions of dollars. He was completely set for life. He could have just bought a private island somewhere and we would have never heard from him again. And this right here, this was the fork in the road. The conventional path was so obvious, right? Just relax and enjoy the money. But Musk, he chose something totally different. He took every single dollar he made and bet it all on three incredibly risky, some would say impossible, ideas: electric cars, space travel, and solar energy. And that one decision, well, it led him straight into the most difficult, nail-biting period of his entire career, a time when everything was on the absolute brink of total collapse. Let's just pause for a second on the goal he set for SpaceX. It wasn't just to, go to space. The goal was to make humanity a multi-planetary species. The sheer ambition in that single sentence is almost hard to wrap your head around. But the reality of it was brutal. The first rocket failed, the second one failed, the third one also failed. And each failure was just a catastrophic multi-million-dollar explosion that pushed the company closer and closer to total ruin. And the pressure must have been just immense, because it wasn't only SpaceX that was failing. At the exact same time, Tesla was hemorrhaging cash and facing huge skepticism from everyone. Both of his big world-changing companies were just weeks, maybe even days away from complete and total bankruptcy. And this is the whole point, isn't it? His story really shows that innovation isn't about avoiding failure. No way. It's about enduring it, it's about learning from it, and it's about maintaining this absolute, almost stubborn conviction in your ultimate goal. And then, the breakthrough. On its fourth and final attempt, with literally the last of their money, the SpaceX rocket reached orbit. And soon after that, they figured out reusable rockets, they landed these huge contracts with NASA, and completely upended the economics of spaceflight. At the same time, Tesla turned a corner, and, well, you know the rest. It went on to become one of the most valuable car companies on the planet. So how does this journey of extreme highs and lows actually become something that we can learn from? What's the core lesson here? Well, you can distill it all down into something we'll call the resilience blueprint. It all comes down to this one word: resilience. It's that ability to bounce back from just immense difficulty. And for Musk, it's not just some personality trait. It is the fundamental engine that's driving all of his innovation. So we can break this whole idea down into a kind of blueprint. First, you have to set goals that are, well, almost absurdly ambitious. Second, you have to be prepared to persist through not just one failure, but repeated failures. Third, you've got to learn from every single mistake and adapt relentlessly. And finally, through all of that, you have to maintain that unwavering belief in your original vision. So you see, in the end, the real takeaway here isn't about the glamour of rockets or sleek electric cars.
Those are just the results. The true innovation is the mindset that made them possible. It's a whole different way of looking at problems, at risk, and at failure itself.
And all of this leaves us with one final thought. Musk bet everything on his vision for a multiplanetary, sustainable future. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What vision, what goal is so important to you that you would be willing to fail for it?